Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to Chalk Talk. It's week 6 with your host, me, JB, and I'm here with Coach Faircloth. Coach, how are you doing? It's our first time having you guys on here this year. How are you doing?
Going good. Battling through some injuries here with our on our end, but making some adjustment with some young kids, and excited to be back on the field tomorrow night.
That's the life of football. I tell people all the time, man, of all sports, I think football's the greatest teacher. And you got the kids going through injuries, next man up. The kids gotta, sit there and watch and get back in. So it's not a good thing for them, but hoping they learning lessons out of what you guys are going through. You guys started the season off at 2-2. 500. You got a Thursday night game, a quick turnaround against Jefferson High. They are an EPAC team, somebody you play every year. What's the week been like having a short turnaround off last week's game?
I think anytime you go into a short week, it takes them out of their routine. But for us, we jumped back on it on Saturday. Started the routine a little early. Monday was a little different for us. And I mean, we went full tilt today. The kids wanted to get out there and get after it because they're used to on Wednesdays. They're used to getting after it still. So we stuck to pretty much same routine, changed up a little something. But normally the day before a game, we're not full tilt, but today we were.
So did your kids come in Saturday or just the regular coaching, meetings?
We meet on Saturdays, coaching staff, and then we meet with some of our players as well, guys that are key in the position rooms, and make sure that they understand our game plan and they start getting it out on Saturday, Sunday, and then that way on Monday, we try to let the kids run a lot of the position stuff when it comes to here's the initial game plan because you want to build leaders, you want to build guys that can get in front of people and talk one and two relay and communicate a game plan. So we leave a lot of it to our senior guys that are leaders in those rooms to get that initial game plan out. And then when we get together on Monday, we just fine tune stuff.
Coach, you've been at Hedgesville for a couple of years now, establishing the program. What's it like now versus when you first started to inherit whatever you inherited at Hedgesville High School?
It's I think the mindset's a little different. We came in and that was the biggest thing we wanted to change was a mindset. I think for so many years, it's always been a lot of the games are over with before they start because they haven't had the success that they wanted over the last 25, 30 years. So for us, it was changing the mindset of we want to go in, we want to compete every single game, we want to be in every game, and the outcome is what it is at that point. But for us to execute a game plan, do all the little things right, that was what, like when we first started this, I mean, that first year, we scored 10 points all year.
Ooh.
Um, you know, and those guys, our seniors now, they were here for that. And they stuck around and they trusted the process and they stayed here and helped us build to where, we're not winning 7, 8 games yet, but we're consistently now winning games. And I think, that's a mindset in itself is sometimes right now the easiest thing to do is, well, I can go here and win, or I can go do this here. It's hard to find kids that will stick around and trust the process and build something from the ground up. And I think that's where we're at now as a program is these kids' mindsets are we helped establish this, we helped build it, leave it better than we found it, and the next group steps up and does the same.
The state of West Virginia changed things up, so now everybody makes the playoffs. And you and Jefferson's 1-3. You guys are 2-2. So this is a big game. It could be a turning point in the season for seeding in the playoffs. What are you telling your kids leading up to this week of the importance of focusing in on each week because the implications of where you will play the first week is huge for the rest of the season.
I think we've been telling our kids because like 2 weeks ago we were sitting, I think, at like number 3 in the rankings, and it's been I don't know when's the last time Hedgesville has been that high in the seeding. So our kids were starting to feed into it a little bit, but at the end of the day, like we tell kids all the time, each week we're trying to go 1-0, no matter who the opponent is. We're going to treat it just like another game. We have to prepare. We have to, and that's one thing out here I think people don't realize is we have to out prepare any team we play. When you look at the matchups we have to have, with Jefferson this week, Martinsburg, and even Washington now, and then look at Spring Mills. They have a ton of athletes. They have guys that can run all over the place. For us, we may have one, two, or three of those guys. Other schools have depth. So for us, the preparation and how we game plan has to matter. Um, and I think that's where we really dug deep into it this week because looking on film, Jefferson has guys that can run all over the place. And that's and I say it all the time, like that's a traditional Jefferson High team. I mean, guys that can really run and they're athletic, they high point balls, they get after you. So for us, the biggest thing this week has been preparation. Make sure we understand the game plan and execute the game plan. And if we are not successful in the game plan, that's on me. That's at the end of the day, that's my game plan. I need you to execute it, and I'll take all the heat for it. And I think they're finally starting to buy into okay, because if we watch the last couple of weeks of film, it's been one or two times where we're out of position, or
Yeah.
one or two times where we were supposed to be somewhere on an assignment and we didn't get there. It's all those little things, and I say it all the time. When you got young guys stepping into key roles, I expect them to mess it up. It's just, are we learning from it?
Yeah.
And I think,
I always say you don't lose if you learn. Coach, you got a Thursday night game. What is something that you have to take on the field with you tomorrow night against Jefferson that ensure you guys are walking off the field with the win tomorrow night?
we have to rally. We have to play together. I mean, that's the biggest thing for us is, you know, we say it like when screen drill, we run screen drill a lot throughout the week in practice because for us, we can't rely on one guy trying to keep up with their best guy. We
Yeah.
have to rely on 9 guys, 11 guys pursuing the football, being around the football. Um, and for us, blocking to the whistle, running your feet through tackles. It's all those little things. So for us tomorrow night, it's got to be we're all one. It can't be, I was out of position and I'm relying on my brother to get here and make me right. No, we all have to be right. We all have to pursue. We all have to. It's 100% max effort.
Well, Coach, the last question I have for you. I just want you to talk a little bit about your quarterback play, how he's grown over the year, how he's improved, things you want to see him get better. Can you just talk a little bit about your QB play? Because I'm really interested in him and watching him tomorrow night.
The Chaz, for a sophomore, you know, last year he got hurt. He had a big injury. And anybody that's been through a big injury that requires a surgery knows that you have to be mentally tough in the rehabilitation of that injury. That young man was back throwing a football earlier than he was ever expected to. So that already shows you that the young man he has it between the ears. But his arm strength is better than it was. His decision making it's really good. He gets the ball out quick at times. He holds on to it when he needs to. And the one thing that I've seen in the last couple games is he's starting to get the confidence of climbing the pocket. And if I
Yeah.
need to take off, let me take off. And I think that was the biggest thing that I wanted to see this year after that injury is he still going to be willing to climb that pocket? And when all else fails, is he going to get out of that pocket and go scramble and trust that, that thing's fully healed? And he has. Right now he's for a sophomore, and he's doing tremendous things for us. The best thing about Chaz is a great person.
Yeah,
Like
he is.
he is dead enough that that young man here, I love having him here. And he comes to work every day, and he works on his craft, man.
And that's all you can ask. I really wanted you just to highlight him because we were excited about him last year, and I'm really excited to see him tomorrow, Coach. I'm so thankful that we got a chance to air you guys. We just want to give everybody exposure to Eastern Panhandle, especially the EPAC. You guys got a tough schedule, a tough conference. I believe it's the best football in the state. I tell people all the time, the EPAC is where it's at. Best of luck. Well, hope you guys stay healthy. Good game tomorrow, good showing. I say all the time, you guys know we want to see our kids succeed both on and off the field. We wish you the best of luck. Hopefully we see you again, and thanks for being on the show.
I appreciate you having us, and thanks for everything y'all do.
Thank you.